So why do INFPs tend to fall in love so easily compared to other people? Well, I think there are a lot of answers to that question. And a lot of them have to do with our brain chemistry, the way our thinking patterns, the way we think and make decisions. But there's another aspect that I think comes into play too. And that is because as INFPs, a lot of us feel misunderstood um, because our exterior is usually quite different from who we really are on the inside. And because we live in a society that tends to judge a book by its cover, um, we often feel just very misunderstood. So when we do find that rare bird who does not judge a book by its cover or who gives people a chance to show who they really are and who is kind to the quieter souls, um, who, who are often kind of like ignored or misjudged, like I was saying, or even kind of like steamrolled. When you do find that person, it just makes you so, it makes an INFP feel so happy and feel so many big things because we have big emotions anyway, that the connection is probably more instantaneous and deeper than it would be for the average person who is used to making connections probably more easily, easily than it or easier than an INFP would. So what I'm trying to say is, I think that because we are so often misunderstood, when we find someone who we feel like they really do understand us, it's such a relief and such a big deal that we fall fast and we fall hard. Um, so I do think also that's a good reason for INFPs to be careful and not completely let our feelings guide us when it comes to romance, because sometimes people are not who they seem to be at first. So just in my experience, it's good to kind of like when you have those big feelings as an INFP, acknowledge them, but also let them kind of take a back seat to logic. Like before, declaring our undying love for this person who we've fallen for, maybe take a few weeks or so to observe their behavior. Like, how do they treat other people? How do they talk about other people when that person is not in the room? How do they treat their family members and other loved ones? Because eventually, the way they treat those other people is the way they're going to treat us. So, yes, I do think INFPs definitely have a tendency to fall in love quickly, and it's for a lot of reasons. But for one, I think, I guess that the word would be lonely. I think that sometimes we're just really lonely, and when we find someone who makes us feel less lonely, we're like, sorry about my phone, we're like super excited, and we dive headfirst. Um, but I do think a little bit of caution is warranted. Those are my thoughts, but what are yours? And I know every INFP is different, so it would be nice to hear some different perspectives on that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.